2026. It's January 13th, and it's 7 p.m., and I'm just curious, before we get started, how is the sound? Does it sound better in the back? Good. A lot of work has been done over the Christmas holidays to put in all these sound deadeners and take out the echo and that, so that's encouraging, and any feedback would certainly be appreciated. Before we get started, the Village of Anmore would like to open our meetings by recognizing the many Indigenous peoples of our area, including the following First Nations with communities that are located in the region that we now know as Metro Vancouver. That'd be the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coquitlam. Further, we'd like to honor the important place in history occupied by the many territorial keepers of these lands and waters around us since time immemorial. I'll call the meeting to order. Could I get someone to move the agenda or approve the agenda as circulated? Second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed, carried unanimously. Public input. Matters raised here for Council's considerations should be constructively focused on agenda items only. Please limit comments to 2 minutes and save any questions for question period at the end of the meeting. Anybody wanting to come forward with any public input? No? Okay. We have a delegation. Stephen Balnave, Real Acts of Caring, RAC, and students from Eagle Mountain Middle School are here to present regarding Real Acts of Caring. Welcome. Come.
Does anybody want an extra microphone? You want another one? You can have 2 if you want. You can all go there? Yeah. Okay. Just make sure you talk right and directly into it. Okay, perfect.
Hello, Mayor McEwen and council members. We are delighted to present this evening. First, we will introduce ourselves. My name is Nicole.
My name is Marina.
My name is Lime.
My name is Kiana.
My name's Alyssa. And I'm Jim.
We wish to acknowledge that we are on the unceded traditional territory of the Coquitlam First Nation, which lies within the shared territories of the Tsleil-Waututh, Katzie, Musqueam, Quaquot, Squamish, and Stolo nations in all my relations.
This year, RAC, Real Acts of Caring Week, is February 8th to 14th, 2026, and our goal and theme is community connectedness, and it is our 21st anniversary.
Right now, caring and kindness could not be more important. RAC is doing something caring and kind for one another and not expecting anything in return.
We believe that moving towards positive mental health is a super important goal. We know from our experience at our school and in our community that positive connections with one another can impact how we feel in such a powerful and wonderful way.
Here are some RAC ideas which support community connectedness that we recommend. 1. Hand out compliment cards with positive messages to others.
2. Create a gratitude wall and post notes of appreciation to staff and students. 3. Help younger classmates with their homework.
4. Find students who are alone at lunch and invite them to hang out with you. 5. Collect care items or sell baked goods for charity.
6. Run school-wide challenges like Good Morning Mondays, Hold the Door for Others Tuesdays, Waving Wednesdays, and Thank You Thursdays, and Friendly Fridays. 7. Decorating someone's locker on their birthday, even if you don't know them that well.
RAC feels good, and RAC also builds community. RAC is really empowering in our lives as it does so many good things for us and each other.
RAC provides us with opportunities to connect our other students who want to make a positive difference and improve our whole school culture of learning. Studies have shown that being caring and kind to others also does wonders for our physical bodies, like boosting our immune system, reducing inflammation, and promoting heart health by decreasing blood pressure. How cool is that? Now practice RAC and impress your doctor with great health at your next doctor appointment.
Studies have also shown that encouraging and caring and kindness supports mental health by building confidence and self-esteem, reducing anxiety, decreasing depression, encouraging creativity, and improving cognitive function.
RAC also helps strengthen executive functioning skills. You may be wondering what these are, and believe me, I did too when I first heard this term. Executive functioning skills include cognitive functions such as our ability to collaborate, plan, organize, problem solve, expand our mental flexibility, monitor our actions, multitask, and initiate leadership.
RAC also reduces bullying behavior in schools. In fact, both former Education Minister Honorable Rob Fleming and our current Education and Childcare Minister Honorable Lisa Bair have visited with RAC students at our schools in Coquitlam. Both ministers love the RAC program and agreed that RAC plays a great role in schools.
RAC is listed as a resource on the ministry's bully prevention website, Erase BC.
Students in ST43 have been promoting RAC for years, and students in other parts of BC are embracing RAC every day. Students in Sakaha School District 67 in Penticton are once again creating a video which they are planning to broadcast to school districts and schools all around BC to spread awareness about RAC.
And Erase BC has agreed to promote RAC by sending the Penticton video link to school districts throughout BC so that classes everywhere can tune in and learn about RAC. We are so grateful.
RAC provides us with opportunities to connect with other students who want to make a positive difference and improve our whole school culture of learning.
You can get updated with what's happening with RAC on X or Facebook and Instagram. And you can also check out our RAC website at realactsofcaring.org.
Or just Google Real Acts of Caring and lots of information will come up about RAC.
We are asking you to pass a proclamation to recognize RAC Week, February 8th to 14th, 2026. Thank you for supporting RAC.
And thank you all for a great presentation. Sorry about the video aspect of it. I guess we were a little behind in that, but great presentation. Thank you. We will pass, I'm going to put forth a motion to pass Real Acts of Kindness Week for February 8th to 14th, and then we normally would post it on our signboards and that for the entrance to the village. So could I get someone to second that? Second that? Any discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Now, would it be possible for your council to get a picture with you all? That would be great.
Sorry to bother, but we have a quick little gift for all of you here. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. Thank you very much. Wow. Okay, and if we could get a picture, we'll just go over here and okay, we now have the minutes of the regular council meeting held on December 2nd. Could I get someone to adopt those minutes as circulated? Someone to move, second. Any discussion? See none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. Is there any business arising from those minutes? No? Okay, we have a consent agenda. Any item Any member wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? 7A, okay. Anything else? Okay, with that being said, could I get someone to move and move 7B? And second, 7B? All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Okay, 7A, Port Moody 2050 OCP draft response letter. Councillor Richardson.
So I just have a
Oh,
few.
excuse me. I have to recuse myself. Sorry to
Oh.
interrupt.
Okay, sorry.
I have a client who is named in the Port Moody OCP amendment.
Councillor Richardson, sorry about that.
Some of them are just kind of minor points, like on page 21, policy 31015C, we say we wishes to ensure that the capacity of Icoco Road will not be impacted by policy 3. I believe that's only if it's reduced. We don't care if they increase the capacity. So I think that should be clarified. And then with respect to page 24 and chapter 14, neighborhood plan areas general, we make a comment that we appreciate the fact that they won't develop Pleasant Side and April Road unless there's alternative access to Belcarra and Anmore. That seems a bit strange when we were going to consider the Icona development without access. So I don't think we can do one thing and then ask somebody else or encourage them not to do essentially the same thing. I think it's just a bit weird, that's all.
Mr. Joseph, do you want to respond? And then I've got a couple of things. I guess one of them is related to that. I noticed on it was more to do with the transportation about Port Moody and some sort of language saying the more and more demand they're going to be placed on our parks and lakes as Port Moody develops, and how will Port Moody facilitate that facilitate the safety aspect of this with currently only one road network. So I was wondering if there was something that could be added into that with the extra density that's going to be coming forth in Port Moody. Icoco Road is going to be capacitized for people heading towards Belcarra and Sassmat Lake and probably Bunsen Lake. If we could just add some sort of commentary towards that in the letter. And I think it kind of relates to what Councillor Richardson was just simply saying about a secondary road access as well.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. So yeah, we can consider those comments. Regarding the first, that's correct. More capacity, the better. And in regards to the second comment, it's in quotes, I think, until alternative access to the Belcarra and Anmore areas is available. That's per Port Moody OCP. That's a direct quotation. So we're not saying that ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I think you've covered most of it in here, like with big move number 3 and the fact that they want to reallocate a minimum of 10% of the current road space to other sustainable modes of travel, green infrastructure, public spaces. Our comments are very much saying, that is an MRN road. These limitations can't be placed on an MRN road to receive that sort of funding, and we just want to make sure that there is adequate for the safety of the road to be able to facilitate not the traffic heading out, but the traffic now that'll be coming in towards that with, adding significant densification in the TOD area of Port Moody. So, and I think you've covered it. So, other than that, any other comments or? That being said, all those, I'll move 7A, the comments to the draft response letter. Moved. Second. All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Okay. Thanks. Okay, we'll move on to 7B, delegation of minor development variance permits. Amendment bylaws number 728-2025 and 729-2025 are up for adoption. Could I ask somebody to move the recommendation? Sorry, we've already done that, sorry. We're on to 9A, Anmore Road Naming Bylaw number 730-2025, village-wide, report dated January 9th, 2026, from our planner is attached. Mr. Joseph.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So the purpose of this report is to present the Anmore Road Naming Bylaw number 730-2025 for the Council's consideration and to seek first, second, and third reading of the bylaw, along with the related amendments to the road naming policy number 29. So under Section 39 of the Community Charter, Council may assign names to highways by bylaw. Historically in Anmore, some road names have been assigned through council resolutions or longstanding usage rather than through a consolidated road naming bylaw. This has resulted in inconsistencies across village records, mapping systems, signage, and emergency response references. In response to the issue, the following council direction on December 2nd, 2025, staff have prepared a village-wide road naming bylaw. So the purpose of the bylaw is to formally assign names to all existing roads through a single bylaw supported by a schedule map. This will create a clear and legally established inventory of road names for administrative purposes, emergency services, and the public as well. So the bylaw also establishes a framework for adding new road names in the future as roads are created through subdivision or development. This will ensure that the schedule remains current over time. In parallel, staff are proposing amendments to the road naming policy number 29. The policy will continue to guide future road naming practices and include the formal addition of the road name reserve list as a schedule. This list has been reviewed and updated to reflect the current village roads and to remove some names that have already been in use in surrounding municipalities. Developers may still propose alternative road names subject to the policy alignment and council approval. So the recommendation and option is that council give first, second, and third reading to Anmore Road Naming Bylaw number 730-2025, and that the road naming policy number 29 be amended as outlined in attachment 2 to this report. Thank you.
Could I get someone to move that? Moved, seconded. Open up for discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we'll now move on to 11A, new business, 2026 budget pre-approval items. And I'll just do a little preface on this. Our budget that we've been working on right now looks to be coming in around a 4.5% tax increase, approximately. Now that will be adjusted a little bit. Last year it actually adjusted down, and that's due to the assessed values that we have to get formulated into it to be able to make sure before it finalizes. But with this, there's three things that we wanted to actually take action on fairly quickly. I can tell you as well that that budget also covers fully funding all our infrastructure replacement. We're in a strong financial position, but we'll get into it more when the budget. So these three items are just preambles where we have opportunities. One of them is a financial software. So I'll pass it off to Ms. Elrod.
Thank you. So as the mayor said, the budget was presented to the Finance Committee December 4th. Anybody who's interested in details of that meeting, the agenda is on the village website. So these items that are before council this evening are brought forward in advance of the final budget that will be coming in the coming months to seek pre-approval on identified projects in order for staff to begin execution of these items rather than wait until the spring to do so. So there are three items for consideration that were endorsed and recommended by the Finance Committee for Council's consideration this evening. First is that the following budget items as recommended by Finance Committee be pre-approved. First is $80,000 for labor and benefits stabilized over 3 years using taxation and unrestricted operating reserves for staff position administration. Second, internal salary and benefit adjustments included in the proposed budget, including shifting of external planning consultant budget to in-house salary benefits and reinstating two positions, the building official position that was part-time, reinstating that to full-time, and reinstating our water operator 2 position that currently was unfulfilled and was previously fulfilled with the water operator 1 position. So that is an existing staff member. 3, up to $150,000 expenditure from capital reserve to upgrade our enterprise resource planning financial software. And 4, $275,000 expenditure from general capital reserve to 2026 vehicle replacement. And I'd be happy to answer any questions with that.
Good, so could I get someone to move the recommendation for pre-approval? Moved, seconded, I'll now open up for discussion. No? Call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. Now move on to 11B, the Operations Yard IPD contract selection. Memo dated January 9th is attached. Ms. Elrick.
Thank you. So this was before council previously and is brought back this evening with some additional information. So the report that was originally presented in November 24th is also attached to the agenda starting on page 59. But in addition to that information regarding the operations yard project that is a previously approved funded project from the Growing Communities Fund, just wanted to outline what exactly the next step of the process would be should council choose to award this contract this evening. The next process of the integrated project delivery would be the validation phase. So during the validation phase, the purpose of this phase is just to establish certainty and to validate that the project can be constructed under the budget and parameters that the village wishes to do so. At the end of the validation stage, a report will be brought back to council, at which time council can choose to move forward with the project based on the validation or amend the budget or cancel the project altogether. Entering into this contract does not mean that we have to complete the project to fruition. It just means that we will be going to the validation stage. Additionally, currently the Sasamat Volunteer Fire Department, as administered by Metro Vancouver, is undertaking fire hall replacement project for both the fire halls in Anmore and Belcara. Under that project, each community will need to provide a temporary space for fire protection operations, and we have identified this site as a suitable space for that. Staff and the SVFD trustees have met with Chief Sharp to go over our initial plans and ensure that the facility would meet the needs of the fire department operations. So that's just some additional context from when the report was first brought forward. So the recommendation this evening would be that council receive the report entitled Operations Yard IPD Contract Selection dated October 31st for information, that council direct staff to initiate negotiations with Jacob Brothers Construction as the top-ranked proponent in accordance with the integrated project delivery framework based on the CCDC 30 contract form, and that staff prepare a validation report in collaboration with the selected IPD partners outlining the confirmed project scope, schedule, and cost plan, and report back to council.
Good. Could I get someone to move that? Moved, seconded. Just a few comments. This was the same process that we undertook building this building, and it was one of the reasons why so many people came to us in amazement how we came in on budget. And I think it's a real testament. This doesn't necessarily secure that the building will be built. It just simply says, do we have the adequate funding to build what we need to build? The important thing is that as both fire halls are not seismic and need to be taken down through Metro Vancouver, who insures the fire halls, the fire equipment will need to be in a heated, safe, secure area to be able to be responded to at any moment that's needed that a call comes out. So we did meet with Chief Sharp down on site, and he's satisfied in regards to this building will be able to hold not all of our equipment, because not all of our equipment is even housed in the fire hall, current fire hall, but it'll hold the majority of it in the first responders and make sure that it's charged, ready to go at a moment's notice when needed. So really big step, and this will also really validate where the market is at right now in regards to pricing to make sure that we can do it the same way and make sure that we get the best dollar value that we can. So I'll open up to council. Councillor Trowbridge.
Yeah, very briefly, I'm really pleased that Jacob Brothers rise to the top on this one because I'll admit I was a little nervous. We have to go through this blind process, which is absolutely appropriate, but they are so good to do business with. They're honest, they're honorable, they do what they say, they're on time, and they, through the IPD, they bring in the project on budget. So I'm just glad that happened for you guys.
Councillor Cryer.
Just a quick question on timing. What are we looking at for the resolution that we're looking at right now?
I'm sorry, didn't.
Through the chair, in terms of
timing?
timing of receiving the validation
Yeah,
report back? Through the chair, I'd have to double check with Mr. Boyd who would be handling that, but I think that since we have initial concept plans, it would be fairly quick turnaround in the next couple of months, I would say, or
Perfect.
sooner.
Thanks.
Councillor Weber.
Yeah, no, I'm very supportive of this project. I had the honor of touring the works yard on a really rainy day. Went into that sea can that is not fit for human habitation. They really need this facility, and the fact that it's going to come at the right time for our fire department to borrow. You know, we're spending a lot of money to get this village up to where it needs to be, and I think, you know, we have to support our firefighters. We have to support our public works staff too. And I've learned a long time ago, if you want to run a good village, you support your staff and you listen to them when they tell you they need something to do their job. You got to take that seriously, and that's all I have to say.
I can give a little bit of an update. The RFP for the actual both fire halls is being drafted right now. It's hopefully going to be completed near the end of the month. I believe as trustees, which is Councillor Trowbridge, Councillor Weberink, and myself representing Anmore, we've got 3 meetings scheduled in the coming months, have been booked. We will post those on the village website, so I would suggest anybody who wants to come out and find out more, or feel free to reach out to me, and I certainly will sit down with anybody and go through the process. I think I've met with a bunch of people already in regards to the sharing of and how beneficial it is for both municipalities to be sharing a facility and that. But unfortunately, we can't just have one fire hall. We have to have 2 according to certain insurance regulations. So, yeah, go ahead, Councillor.
Related, but a bit of a tangent. I know people have been alarmed by the budgets that have been approved for these fire halls, but we had a lot of discussions around that. These are just budgets. They're high-level budgets. Even Metro said we expect these fire halls to come in well below those budgets. So I just want people to know that just because there's $20 million out there, it doesn't mean we have any intent on spending that much, and nor should we need to.
Yeah, I think because we're borrowing it through MFA, that's you know, we do that in the spring, so we want to make sure that we can't go back if there was any issues or anything like that subsequent, but there shouldn't be any issues. But it's a safety mechanism that Metro Vancouver puts on when borrowing is done. So with that being said, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. Okay, I'll go on to the mayor's report. I'll do it. Are you going to talk about building? I just wanted to talk about what an incredible job in preparation that our Public Works Department has done in regards to the recent rains. I've never seen rain like we saw over yesterday and the other days, and we actually did very, very well. Ditches were flowing well. There was some minor issues, which just was some catchment basins that had some debris in it, but all in all, that work that we spend during the summer reditching and grading and that really pays off when we have events like that, and a great job by the crew in our Public Works. How is the sound? Is it better? Way better? Good. Thanks. Whew. A lot of thought went into this. We thought it was going to look too busy and that, but it actually doesn't look bad at all. So I'm very, very pleased because we've heard for a long time about the sound and not being heard. So I'm really, really pleased. So that's big encouragement. I had the fortunate of going downstairs and running into the 2 ladies that are opening up the coffee shop. And wow, I even got a little pre-tour. They're waiting for, I think, a final inspection on Wednesday, tomorrow, for their plumbing here, and then they have Fraser Health to call. So they are hoping to possibly be open sort of in the coming weeks. And I'll tell you, it's absolutely amazing. They've done such a great job. It looks really, really good. So keep an eye on that. They're going to do a big social media opening in that. So I'm really, really excited about it. I think it's going to be great for the community to be able to stop by, and they're going to have smoothies. It's not just coffee. They're going to have teas and all sorts of stuff. So it'll be a great gathering spot. I should also let you know that this is why I didn't want to steal your thunder, we have hired a full-time level 3 building inspector. And I have been receiving a lot of calls over the last 2 or 3 months about building inspections and time is money, John, and all this. It was a very, very arduous process, and we have to give a total credit to Karen. She went to the school, she went everywhere to try and find somebody, and we have a level 3, which is a very qualified building inspector who is now, he started, I think, last Monday. I won't pronounce his name, so I'll leave that to Ms. Elric, but really great for the village to have a full-time so that people in the building community can come in, get to know him, and be able to ask questions as the day goes on, rather than the previous that we had, which was a bit of a temporary thing. And so thank you again, Ms. Elric, for that, all the hard work. It was tough, and there was a lot of very angry emails that were sent out, and so it's a big, starting the year in a good way. And finally, I just want to do a big thank you to Sabina Perrin and all the public works staff and everybody who put together the Christmas function, the Light Up Spirit Park. It was pouring in the morning, and it just stopped at 4 o'clock when the event started. It was so well attended. People were so it was a really, really nice event. A lot of work goes on to it. It was very incredibly Christmassy here. Again, right at the start, the horse carriage was sold out within minutes. It was really unbelievable. We had a little market in here, and it was just a great testament to this building and being able to serving hot chocolate. Amazing with the youth committee. They had a choir set up here, and they were singing Christmas carols, and they were playing the violin. It was really, really something. For those of you who weren't able to attend, I really strongly suggest you come out next year. It's quite an event, and that I think even the food truck, the barbecue, was sold out. They sold out of all their brisket and that, so it was very popular. So with that, I'm done. I'll move on to the councillors' reports. Councillor Richardson.
Yeah, I'd like to echo what John said. Great Light Up Spirit Park event. Thank you to all the staff for that. And I said it to staff on the day. I think it was the best one ever. I thought it was a great event. Loved it. And then I'm jumping ahead to the general correspondence. I don't know when I should make a comment on that.
You can do it now, yeah.
Okay, so I notice everybody's against Bill M216. I would say we should do something in support of that and write our own letter. I don't think Bill 216 makes any sense for us. You're going to cover that?
I've already sent a letter.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And then on 16.B.7 from the Ombudsman, it's addressed to Julie. So maybe we could let the Ombudsman know that Julie's no longer here, please.
Thank you. Through the chair, we have done that on several occasions, and we'll remind them again. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Any other council reports? No? Okay. Move on to the Chief Administrator Officer's report.
Thank you. Just a reminder out to folks that have businesses in Anmore, business license renewals have been sent out. So if you don't have your business license renewal, please contact the village and we'll make sure that you get that. Dog license renewals will be going out this week, so look for those. Also, related to the OCP update that the village is currently undertaking, we will be scheduling an open house. Information will be coming out probably near the end of this week. Regarding that, it will be January 29th in the evening from 5 to 8:30 p.m. So more details will be shared about that. And lastly, we have had a couple of questions from members of the public regarding correspondence and how we determine correspondence to be included onto our council agendas. So there is a policy related to that, Policy 80, and correspondence sent from other levels of government and public organizations addressed to mayor and council and requiring action from mayor and council shall be included on the next regular council agenda as deemed appropriate by the manager of corporate services. And just for clarity, in case folks aren't familiar with what public organizations are government-funded organizations such as education, policing, crown corporations such as ICBC and BC Hydro. So just some clarity for the couple of questions that I've received about that. And that's everything for me.
Good, thank you. Move on to some general correspondence, and I just wanted to flag the Ombudsman's report for Anmore. Again, absolutely perfect bill of health. There was 3 complaints that weren't even warranted with investigations, but other than that, there's absolutely no issues whatsoever with anything, so very good report. You know, again, it seems very constant with the Village of Anmore that the Ombudsman is very pleased with the way things are being run here and regarding to things. So with that, I'll open up to public question period. Public is permitted to ask questions of council regarding any item pertaining to village business. A 2-minute time limit applies to speakers. Jeff, yeah, come on up. Oh. I think the gentleman behind, do you want to come? No.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Robin, and I'm a grade 12 student at Heritage Wood Secondary School. And first of all, I want to speak on behalf of Anmore Youth Group. We wanted to thank you for this acoustics update. Our bingo night, like the past Friday, was spectacular in here.
Good.
Also, the new barriers was pretty awesome.
Good.
And now, I want to speak on behalf of my environmental science classmates for my school project. So as part of our action project, we examined the impacts of prolonged nighttime light pollution during the holiday season. Anmore already demonstrates strong leadership through official community plan policy that minimizes pollution and light intensity and so forth. However, seasonal decorative lighting, particularly Christmas lights, remains largely unregulated. Overnight illumination can disrupt human sleep cycles and affect nocturnal wildlife. With this in mind, I would like to ask whether it would be feasible for the village to consider a policy encouraging or requiring excess holiday lighting to be turned off from midnight till dawn.
I believe that the lighting around the village hall that we control is at a timer right now. I know there was a couple issues with the timer, but in most times, yeah, and I believe as I drive through, I'm not usually up that late at night because I'm an old guy, but I know a lot of the lighting does go up, but I know that we do practice that. Is that not correct, Ms. Elright?
Through the chair, we do have the lights on the timer, so we have separate timers for the snowflakes and for the perimeter lights, but I don't know the exact times, but yes, we do have timers on our lights.
Yeah. I was wondering how about for like the broader community?
For the broader community?
Yeah.
I think we could certainly, Robin, are you on the environment or on the?
I'm on the CECI council.
Okay. You know, it'd be something I think that we could refer to the Environment Committee. You're coming from an environmental lens to this, and that to bring up at the next Environment Committee as a subject, and maybe a note in our village email asking people.
Sure. I would love to.
That would be to respect, you know, and turn off from midnight to 8 a.m. That would be great.
Okay, thank you very much.
And thank you for coming. And the choir that you did at Christmas and the violin, please thank your whole group. It was absolutely amazing.
Of course, I'll try to bring it back next year, though most of us graduate. So.
You can't, you got to bring it back. It was really, it was absolutely
I'll try my
amazing.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Peter Lutman, 200 Hemlock Drive. I must say the sound system here is greatly improved, so good work on that. I just had a question, first a bit of a preamble. our APC is, their new APC is expiring our term, and I just wanted to thank Mayor and Council and staff for their support for us on APC. Hopefully with the new APC, one of the things that we didn't manage to complete was we requested some more dialogue in the Pinnacle Ridge development. And I guess my question is to Council, will they support any more discussion by the APC in regards to that future development?
I know I have no issues with further discussions. I think that development is evolving as the months go on. In regards, there was a bit of a change with access and that, so I certainly don't have any issue with further discussions in that. I think the term expires at the end of January. Is that correct? Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
So the new APC, yeah, and I think there maybe be some transition. I have no idea on regards to that. So, and that.
Any other comments?
It would have to be a resolution from council, though, to do that. So I personally wouldn't have an issue.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Oh, it's up to you. I just got called back to say something. Do you want to say something?
No. I mean, if the APC has something that they don't think we've heard, I would definitely encourage them, just email us. If you're talking about another APC meeting, I personally don't see the need for one, but certainly would be eager to hear anything you don't think has been conveyed until, I know you resigned from the committee, so until the end of January, and then it's up to your predecessor or successors.
So if we had any concerns that we wanted to share with council, would we send that directly to council, mayor and council and staff?
Let me ask staff, what's appropriate, Karen?
Thank you through the chair. So as the APC committee, any minutes of the meeting are captured in the meeting. The body of the APC does not itself function outside of the committee meetings, just as council does not function in that capacity outside of structured meetings, but certainly as a community member or a member of the committee that has an interest in this project, certainly most welcome to forward any concerns, questions off to staff or council, but not necessarily as a representative of the committee outside of the structure of the committee, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
But just for clarity for Peter, would he send it directly to council or to staff, or does it matter? He can send to whoever.
It's best to send to staff and council, then staff has the record of it and council can reply or respond as they see necessary.
Does that answer it?
That does. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks.
Whoa. Can you hear? Yes. We need to, yes. Hold on. Thank you. Thanks also to anyone who helped facilitate the improved sound. It's a major improvement, so thank you very much. Nancy Maloney, 1724 East Road. And I have two questions regarding each of two pending issues. So the first pending issue is Councillor Paul Waverink's motion to modify the existing bylaw that prohibited residents' questions concerning development applications under consideration. And I believe that Councillor Doug Richardson seconded that motion, but the motion seems to have somewhat died after that meeting. I think it was sent possibly to staff to work on the modification wordings, but nothing has happened.
Sure.
That I know of. Sorry if I missed something.
Oh, no, I can assure you it's in the process. And I even had a note here that, is this going to be brought up soon? And I talked to staff and they're actively working on it. So it is a priority. And I believe I can speak for all of council that it's a priority for council.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
And secondly, Has there been any further progress on the somewhat greatly delayed village accessibility policy, and what is the anticipated completion date?
Essen?
Thank you, through the chair. The accessibility plan is ready. The draft will be sent to the committee, I'm hoping for the February meeting of Community Engagement and Inclusion Committee. We'll be reviewing that. They have to endorse that, and then we'll bring it to council. That's the last step, and then the community will have an opportunity to see the final product, and we will be able to apply for funding and go forward with the action items once that step is completed. So we're sooner than later.
Excellent, excellent. I could be wrong on this, but my long ago understanding is that there is a requirement for a community meeting to review the accessibility plan before it is accepted, is my long ago memory. That there needs to be community input.
Mm-hmm. Through the chair, if I may, that requirement is met through the committee meetings. So the committee is there for the creation and the endorsement of the plan. So the plan as itself is created, initial set of goals and recommendations have been identified, and then they will be endorsed, and the February meeting will come to council, and then there will be an opportunity for community members to comment on it. That part is definitely public. You're more than welcome to join the committee meeting as well. As you know, that's open to public as well. Unfortunately, inputs are not allowed during committee meetings, but we're more than happy to hear what you think once we bring it in the public agenda.
Okay, and that's my concern related to the committee, which obviously doesn't represent the whole village. It's a very, very small number of people. The other problem, which you alluded to there, is that at the committee meetings, which is somewhat against what was always previous past practice, but that residents are not permitted to speak at a committee meeting. Only the committee members are entitled to speak, which is something that I personally disagree with. But that then reduces the opportunity for public input, given that the committee is not an elected group, they're an appointed group, they don't represent the public.
There'll be tons of
If I
time
may?
for public engagement. Yeah, oh, please, go ahead. Yeah.
So it is, if you look into the lower mainland municipalities, it is common practice for the committee meetings to be open to public, but not necessarily open to public comments. That being said, you're more than welcome to email me, because I'm handling the process with the help of the committee, and also Councillor Cryer is very involved. So if you have any recommendations, anything you would like to see in there, we're more than open to hear it from you or any other member of the public, absolutely. And this is going to be introduced and discussed in a public forum. Committee meetings are unfortunately specific to the committee members themselves, so that's why we don't allow the public comments. I know you may feel differently about this, but that's the rule, and you have to follow the rules.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Jurgedurkten 1815A East Road.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. Yeah.
Jurgedurkten 1815A East Road. I just want to echo all the comments that people have made about the sound system. I think it's great. I just have one question. What did it cost?
Ms. Elrick,
Through the chair, I don't have that at my fingertips
Yeah.
at this time, but
We'll
I
have to
could
get back
certainly
to
get
you.
back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be inquiring. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, see no further public question period. I'll motion to adjourn. Move second. All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the good reports about the sound. I think we made some big progress today. So, and thank you to the fellow in the back who is the sound guy.